Hello, welcome to this episode of Antiques and Obsoletes Garage. Today, I'm showing you this Mustang 930A skid steer. I pulled this skid steer out of a barnyard where I was told that it needed a hydraulic drive motor. One side wasn't driving, and that was it. I was able to put a battery in it, put a temporary starter switch on it because the starter switch doesn't work either, and I was able to get it fired right up, and it's sat for years. Power washed off the outside of it once I got it home, and then dragged it into my shop, and this thing is just absolutely disgusting. It's in pretty good condition mechanically wise. It's not too bad, but it has never been cleaned. This has had a hydraulic leak for some time that has never been addressed, and this sludge in there is disgusting, and my whole shop smells like rotten grain and manure. And if you don't know what rotten grain smells like, you should go and find out, because once you smell it, you'll never unsmell it. You will always know what that is. So that's disgusting. I have to drop the belly pan and see if I can scrape all that out of there. Like to see what the actual problem is here. I thought that maybe it didn't need a hydraulic motor, that maybe one of the drive chains was broke. Because when we were pulling it, one side was locked up and one side was freewheeling. And when you try to drive it, it just goes in circles. Yeah, it will not go straight. But it seems like the drive chain, is intact, but it's really loose. And I did notice that when I was washing it, that drain plug right there was not installed. So I don't think there was any oil. There's no oil in the chain case. None. Not on that side, at least. This side, the drain plug is there. And this is the side that I believe has the issue. But we're going to find out. And I got this thing up in the air. And I got it jacked up. I didn't film any of this because I had a terrible cold with no voice. And I still have not a very good voice, but it's better than no voice. And I pulled that drain plug, and absolutely nothing came out. I pulled the wheels off, and I can hear the chain slapping around in there when I move that. And there's some slop in the axles, but it seems to be connected. So in the process of trying to get this taken apart, I had to take the T-bar controls out, which wasn't too bad, and then the floor pan, and that's when I discovered this disgusting mess underneath here that didn't get power washed when I power washed everything, because it's just all hidden in there. And that's as far as I've gotten. This thing runs really well. It just has this drive axle issue that I haven't been able to pinpoint quite yet. I'm hoping it's not a drive motor. If it is, I hope I can rebuild it, because reman ones on the internet are like $3,000. And then, yeah, we just ain't got that kind of money. That's why we got all this broke down junk around here. So everything else looks to be okay. I'm not sure. Not sure quite yet how you can get access to the chain case. My service manual doesn't really say, and I haven't taken one of these apart yet, ever. You'll see these hubs on the outside here are welded on. It doesn't have removable hubs like some do. So it has an access door on the inside here that you can get at the axle nut and then pull it out through the hub. But it's a really small window. You can't really see much of what's going on in there. So I'm gonna have to figure something else here. I think maybe these top covers can come off and I can gain access to the chain cases and see what's happening there. But for right now, I think we're just gonna, yeah, see, you can go, that's their plate, this plate here, I can take that off all the way up to the front here. That whole section will come off. I should be able to see down in the chain case. Ugh, what a disgusting mess. This thing has never been cleaned, ever. Just hydraulic oil. Grain. Looks like straw bedding. I don't even know how it just must get ground down in there from being on operators' feet. I don't know. I don't know how this can be filled up with so much crap. And the engine compartment looked similar. Everything was covered in sludge. And I power washed all that off because I was trying to find out where the hydraulic leaks were, because it didn't have any oil in it. It was empty. It had all leaked out, and I could see that it's got hydraulic leaks on both sides, coming from, I believe, the lower rams. Let me get my light here. I believe it was coming from the hydraulic hoses or fittings on the lower rams on both sides. It's dripping pretty good, and I believe that's why it's got the whole undercarriage of this thing just full of oil and whatnot. So pretty disgusting. Smells bad, but we don't deal with new stuff around here. Everything we have is disgusting and smells bad. So hopefully I'm gonna put a drain pan underneath here, drain that other chain case and see what comes out. And then when I start taking apart these pieces to get these covers off to get into the chain cases, I'll do a part 2 video. Like I said, I would have videoed this me raising it up and stuff like that, but I didn't barely have a voice, and well, I didn't want to film myself getting crushed by this thing when it fell off my Harbor Freight jack stands, because, well, nobody wants to see that. So in the meantime, I'm going to get some stuff together, and when I start pulling this part, I will start part 2. So thanks for watching.